everybody, what's up? Happy. What's going on? How are you doing? How are we feeling? How's the lockdown going? How's the quarantine? How is it happening? I've been thinking about you. I watched all of your commemorative speeches. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you putting the effort in. You making awesomeness happen. You're putting the work in. I made a video for you last week, so thank you so much. Thank you for being amazing and awesome. Thank you for continuing to be part of this class. Thank you for continuing to put the work in. Right, as I mentioned in the video I made for you last week, that sometimes life is about showing up, and we do the best that we can in the moment that we're in. And I applaud you all. So for those of you that are showing up, thanks for showing up. Thanks for putting in the work. Thanks for doing the best that you can in the moment that you're in. Right, every day we give 100%. Every day. But our 100% is going to look a little different every day. I get it. I totally get it. So if you continue to communicate with me, if you continue to show up and put the work in, I got you. I got you. So what is next? So the next thing that we are going to be talking about is your report speech. You're like, what does that look like? How are we doing that? That's why I'm doing this video for you. And I'm actually kind of set up the way that I want you to do this. So with the report speech, you are going to be sitting down for this, right? Think of it like a news anchor, right? You get to be casual. You can just, make a video. I've got a bunch of logistics. I got a bunch of thoughts, and I want to kind of put this all out there for you. I'm going to put this in the video. I'm also going to put this in the assignment and the announcement on Canvas for you all. But this is kind of the basic setup, right? You got to record it horizontally, right? Because that's how we look at the world. We look at the world through left and right. We don't look at the world up and down. And so it drives me crazy when people record videos just horizontally. When they record it vertically. It drives me nuts because that's not how you see the world. We see the world this way. Look at your TV, look at your monitor, look at your computer. Everything is horizontal. When you cross the street, you look left and right. You don't look up and down. It's kind of how it goes. That's the easier way to remember it. So you're going to be recording your video horizontally, just like this. Look how much space I got. I can move around. I want you sitting for this. Like I said, it's a news anchor. You don't have to show below. You can just show right at my desk. And you can use notes. So if you've got note cards, if you've got pieces of paper, you can use that. If you've got somebody that wants to write cue cards and stand behind the camera, not a problem. I actually have a bunch of things that I want to tell you. So I actually have my laptop right here. But look, you can barely see it. Look, you can see it now. Which, I mean, if you could see that much, that's totally fine. But look, if I just do that, you have no idea. But I'm going to glance down at my laptop from time to time. You can totally glance down at your notes from time to time, or the cue cards, or however it is. But I do not want you to read your speech. I do not want you to read this. Just like every other speech that you give, I do not want you to read your speech. You still have to, right? This isn't about like reading an essay, right? This isn't like a live lit class. This is public speaking. So this is still about putting your energy, putting your personality, putting inflection, putting in hand gestures, putting in, right? Even you're still gonna like have a little bit of body movement. And also because you're like a news reporter, like look nice. Like, yeah, I'm wearing a t-shirt, but like, just had to put this little jacket on to like, snazz myself up a little bit. And I'm going to ask that of you. Like, look nice behind a desk, right? Like, think about like if you're going to go to an interview, like what would you wear? And I don't care if you're wearing shorts or jeans on the bottom. No one's going to see it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I'm wearing jeans, but you can't see it. You have no idea. So here are some logistics for the report speech. So it's going to be 4 to 5 minutes. That's what it is, right? So with every speech, we get a little longer. This is 4 to 5 minutes. When giving your report speech, right, I want you to engage. I want you to engage in the camera. I want you to look in the camera lens, right? We talked about this in your last speech, that if you're using the front-facing camera, I don't want you to look at yourself in the screen. Because right now I'm looking at myself in the screen, and you're probably like, why is she not looking at me? Right, because now I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the screen. I want you to continue to look at the camera lens. So if you've got to put a piece of tape, like a little arrow, If you gotta circle it, it doesn't matter. I don't care what it is, but I want you to look at the camera. What you're gonna do is, then you're like, okay, what's this report speech on? How am I gonna do it? That's the thing. That's the thing. You've already kind of done it. So remember that Twitter assignment that was due on Wednesday, April 8th? That is the 5 things that I want you to talk about in this report speech, right? Because this is a news report, right? This is a, like, think of yourself as like a news anchor. So if you've done the Twitter assignment, you've gotten 5, right? What was it? 5 things that I had you tweet about. It was coronavirus. It was social distancing. It was the weather and wherever you're at. It was something about politics, something in politics. I made it your choice. And Tiger King, because that's like everywhere. So you already have the 5 things that you're already going to talk about. Now, if you didn't do the Twitter assignment, well, it looks like you're going to have to do it anyway, but you just don't get the attendance points for last week. And so here's the deal: you don't need an outline for this. You don't need it. You don't need to turn in an outline for this report speech because you've already done the Twitter assignment. And if you didn't, now it's time. Now you got to do it anyway. You just don't get the attendance points. So that's kind of how that works. There's a method to my madness, I assure you. There's always a process of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and why I'm doing it. So this is the method to my madness. So those 5 tweets, that's what you can use for this report speech. Some things. Always keep the ABCs of public speaking in mind. I've talked about this from the very first day of class. If you don't know what the ABCs of public speaking are, it's all in the announcements. It's all there. I've even handed you out items in the very beginning class. If you're like, hey, Nikki, I don't have that information, it's all in Canvas. It's all right there for you. The speech is about factual, informative, and how to be succinct, right? That was the whole Twitter assignment, was how do you take a lot of information and be succinct. So, but you can still be creative. You can still be creative if you desire, while still telling the truth, right? Like, please feel free to put your personality into this. Like I said, if you want to have cue cards, if you want to have, I've got my computer here in front of me. You can't even see it. Look at that. If you want to have your computer in front of you, but you still got to have eye contact with your audience. You still got to have eye contact with the camera. I don't want you down here the whole time. No one wants to see the top of your head. No one wants to see your forehead. You got to have eye contact. You got to. Eye contact. No eye contact? Eye contact. No cards. If you want computer, you can use cue cards. I don't care. I don't care if it's piece of paper. I don't care if it doesn't matter. As long as you got eye contact, we're good to go. I want you to make a continuous video. So when you do this, the video must be continuous. So I don't want you to clip anything in. I don't want you to edit it. It's just being one continuous video. You're going to start, and you're going to do it, and you stop. And why we're doing this? Why? Because that's how speeches work. When you're giving a speech, you don't get to like, hey, let me crop this, let me edit this. That's not how this works. I recognize we're doing this on YouTube, but this is how we're doing it because we're all in a lockdown, and that's just kind of, we got to work with what we got, right? Let's see. You are going to, after you make the video, same thing. You're going to upload the video to YouTube, and then you're going to submit it into the assignments, to the assignments tab on Canvas. Plain and simple. Just like how you did for the commemorative, same thing. Video, and then also giving feedback to your classmates is still the same thing, right? Just like how we do a commemorative, that I'm going to give you a due date for when the video's due, and then I'm going to give you a due date for when the feedback and the comments are due. So the video, you're like, when is the video due? Like, I want to know more about the video. When is it due? When do I have it? How much time do I have? Don't worry, I got you. Your video is due Sunday, April 19th. Sunday, April 19th at 11:59 p.m. Chicago time. So upload that to, so basically what it is, you've got to like record all this, upload it to YouTube, and then submit it by 11:59 p.m. And if it's a minute late, I will not accept it, because this is the world we live in, and I got to have some sort of boundaries. I got to have some sort of rules. So Sunday, April 19th, 11:59 p.m. is when this is due. And then you're like, okay, well, when are the comments due? When are the feedback due? When is all this due? That's all due. What I'm going to do is, so you're going to submit all this on Canvas in the assignments tab by Sunday, April 19th, 11:59 p.m. So you already knew that. Then on Monday, April 20th, I am going to post an announcement with all of the links from your classmates. So I'm going to do on April 20th, all the links from your classmates. And then you will have until Friday, April 24th, 11:59 p.m. So you will have basically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm going to give you 5 days to do all this. Yeah, see, I got you. I know you've got other stuff going on. I know, like, the world is happening around you. So, like, it's totally fine. It's totally cool. Let's see. I think that's it. Oh, no, it's not it. No, what was I thinking? It's not it. Okay, and you're like, well, what do I do for writing this speech? Well, first of all, it's all written. If you did the Twitter stuff, it's all done, sort of. So, don't worry, I'm going to put all of this on Canvas. I'm going to put all this in the announcements and the assignments. So it's all going to be written format as well. So the way this 4 to 5 minutes is going to be outlined, the way it's going to line up, is that first of all, when you get on camera, there's going to be a greeting. Think about this. If you are a news anchor, there's a news anchor that will always start the news by saying some sort of hello, good evening, everybody, greetings, everybody, hello on this Monday, hello, whatever that is. So there's going to be some sort of greeting. Then you've got, excuse me, pull my nose. Then you have 5 stories, right? The 5 stories. You've got the 5 stories. So for all of the 5 stories, you are going to give an announcement, a body, and a closer for all 5 stories. And you're like, but Nikki, how am I going to get all that in 4 to 5 minutes? Trust me, you can do it. It's all about being succinct. It's all about making your words count for you. That's exactly why we did the Twitter exercise, right? The Twitter assignment was that it's all about getting your words to be succinct. So there's going to be, so you're going to do like an overall greeting, right? A hello, good evening, everybody, good morning, everybody, good afternoon, everybody, whatever that looks like for you. Then you're going to tell your 5 stories, right? And each of those 5 stories are going to have like a small announcement, a small body, and a small closer. So basically the announcement is, it's succinctly right away. Who, what, when, where. Right. That's it. And then the body is basically why is the situation is happening, or even how is the situation happening. And then your closer for the 5 stories is basically like, how is it progressing? How can it be fixed? How do you sum up the story? Or maybe there's a better way to end the story. Right? That's kind of up to you, right? So, but that's, I mean, that announcement, body, closer for all 5 stories is going to be like, so you're going to say hello, announcement, body, closer, story 1, announcement, body, story, body, closer 2, announcement, and so on until you get all 5 stories done. And then you're not done. You still need like a tagline. You still need to kind of say goodbye to your audience. You need to say goodbye to the people out there that are watching you. So you're closing, it's a tagline. Now, here's the deal. I once asked you, right, this was like weeks ago when we were, I think, still kind of figuring stuff out, when we were kind of coming back from a spring break. I once asked you what your favorite quote was, or what is a quote that means a lot to you. Use that as a tagline. Totally use that as a tagline. Sum it up. I don't care. Like it's all about kind of finding something that's going to work for you. But you cannot end your thing. You cannot end your speech by saying, well, that's it, or goodbye, or even have a good night. You can't. You just can't do it. You've got to end it with some sort of like something special, something unique, something new, right? And if you're like, I don't know what to do. Hey, I once asked you what your quote was, what your favorite quote was. Use that, right? Once again, there's a reason I do things, right? There's a method to my madness, and that's what you got. So, and if you're like, I don't really like the quote, I don't know what to do, watch the end of the news. How do they sign off, right? You know what's a good thing to watch right now is John Krasinski, you know, Jim from The Office. John Krasinski right now go on YouTube, go on Instagram, it's all over the place. It's called SGN, Some Good News, and it's all kinds of awesome. It's like, right, there's a lot of crap going on in the world right now. There's a lot of we're clearly in a lockdown. I can't even see you in person. But John Krasinski is doing this thing called Some Good News, where it's like these 15, 20 minute YouTube videos where all he does is talk about good news. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of awesome, and it makes my heart warm every time I watch it. I get a little teary-eyed. I get a little happy, oh, I could feel good. So watch that. I know it's 20 minutes, but you can still get an idea of how he sums up these stories. His stories go a little bit longer because it's like a 15, 20 minute thing. But you can also see how he says hello to his audience, and you can also see how he says goodbye to his audience. But this assignment is all about I want you to be creative. Like, this is about how do you, right? This is your project. This is how do we do this? But I've got just some guidelines. So, okay, now I think that's it. Okay, but see, I can't end it with like, well, that's it, or like, have a good night, because no one wants to hear that. That's not exciting. That's not how you end things. People just kind of feel like they're just like hanging on. They're just like, well, that's what you're gonna give me. You're just gonna end it with, that's it. Like, that's not very, that's like super lackluster. It's like super boring, and that's not who you are. You don't want to do that. So, with that, I'm gonna end this video, because I think you got all the information that you need. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. I'm going to put it in Canvas. I'm going to put all this stuff in the assignment. And yeah, you got all the information. Oh, and I think this goes without saying, but I will always say it to you. If you need help with anything, please come talk to me. You can text me. You can email me. I'm readily available. I'm always there for you in any way, shape, or form. I will always respond to you, and I will always say this. I'm a better texter than I'm an emailer. I will respond to both. But if you have like a quick question, just text me. It's cool. It's cool. I got no problem with it. So, I don't know. Let me know if you got any questions. Let me know if you need help with anything. Just let me know. I got you. Don't worry. I'm not going to I'm just not going to throw you out to the wolves. Like, I got you. Just let me know. And the big thing that is so important to me, and I've been stressing this from the very first day of class, communication is key with me. If you do not communicate with me, I cannot help you. And it's better for you to communicate early on rather than like 4 minutes before your assignment is due, or 10 minutes before your assignment is due, or 5 minutes after your assignment is due. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. You're a person. I'm a person. We're all in this together. We're all figuring this out as we go along. I'm here to help you. So, with that, have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. But of course you will, because you are amazing. Take care.